Well, ladies and gents, welcome back. It's a surprise to me. The game would not let me save. So I have to do this mission. So I'm just going to make this another session. Despite me wanting to go grill a steak. Hopefully it's not long.
What you up to?
Playing,
Anything fun?
I guess.
Can't really be
Wanna come
fun.
fishing with me?
Fishing.
Fishing?
Sure. You're. It's about time that you started to earn your keep.
Okay,
Good. Let's go get your pole then. Now, you do have a fishing pole, don't you?
I sure do. Uncle Jose made me one.
Good. Well, let's go get it then. Go catch us some fish.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm guessing this is where I learn how to fish. Or get the ability to fish. But Arthur doesn't...
Up and lift you on when you're ready.
Arthur doesn't have a fishing pole, though.
Back, girl.
He's got a rod and reel. I thought it would just be a pole, like a cane pole, like it's what we used to fish with mostly is a cane pole. It's very seldom we used a rod and reel, but if we did, it was a Zebco
All right. Hold on tight.
So,
Reel.
where are we going?
Just down to the river near here. You shouldn't go too far from camp.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
You feeling better? I know you was a little sick.
Oh, I'm fine.
You're a brave kid.
So, just like you.
Well, I don't know about brave. I ain't much of a kid no more. So your mama might disagree. Her and a few other women, I guess.
What do you mean?
I'm just talking silly. It's been a tough few weeks up in that snow.
I like the snow.
Yes, but not like that.
When are we going back to the other camp?
The one near Blackwater?
Yeah.
Well, we're not. This is our spot. For now, anyway. Why?
I forgot a storybook there. We left so quick.
Well, I'm sure someone can get you another storybook.
Really? When?
Well, we'll see. Got fish to catch first.
I see that we've got to
fast, Uncle Arthur.
get him a book. Yeah, a Penny Dreadful book. I don't know what's a Penny Dreadful book.
All right.
But one thing I noticed, this is the longest, the most I've ever heard Jack talk, and it's clear to me that's a girl doing his voice. I recognize a lot of people. I mean, it's difficult to work with a child,
You see that, dear?
but my guess is this is an older girl just putting on a young voice, because it's clear to me that is a female voice. And I understand the reason for that, because, you know, they say never work with kids or animals in the entertainment industry.
This looks as good a spot as any.
Then you also have laws about working with kids and how many hours they can work and so forth and so on. And then, if my understanding of
Down by the shore. Come on, follow me.
my understanding of the way these things work, it might be many hours worth of work.
Just by the water there? You mean?
Yeah, just by the water.
I can't wait to get started.
I had a fishing rod all along.
First, we need some bait.
Cheese,
I'm gonna use some cheese.
Cheese?
catching bluegill and rock
Earlier
bass,
the better.
found everywhere.
Cast your line. Swing the rod back over your shoulder. And
Right
bring
button
it
to grip.
forward in a smooth motion. Use
Okay.
your wrist, not your elbow.
Now what? Oh, it's locked on a jack. I was wondering what was going on here. Okay, there we go. Hold to pull back the rod. Release the cast. Well, that's easy enough. All right, press left button to hook the fish when you feel a bite.
That's it. Good. All we do now, Jack, is wait for a fish to take the bait.
How do I know when I've got a bite?
Well, if you feel the tip of your fishing rod just twitching, don't yank it yet. That just means one's nibbling. If you feel a hard tug, that's a fish going for the bait, so yank hard to hook it.
I think you've got a bite. Look,
Yep.
Got one, Jack.
is it a big one?
How do I reel? Spacebar. Press R to increase speed.
You see him fighting there,
Stop
Jack?
reeling when the fish. Yeah,
That's
that's.
when you gotta be careful. You'll break the line. Best
I
to
once caught a
wear 'em
70-pound
out first
grouper.
before you try to
Definitely
reel
got to
them
let the
in.
fish have a little leeway.
Look, Jack, it's a bluegill. It's
Also
almost as
called
small
brim.
as you.
See, we call them
We should
brims.
Really throw these
Even though that
smaller
says
ones
bream.
back. Give 'em a chance to grow up a bit.
All right, so we'll throw him back. Oh, he barely put him in the water. Let me move
Can I
forward a
take a
little.
break from fishing?
You just
I
started.
want to make something.
Okay.
Typical impatient kid. So you have to rebait every time?
I'm gonna pick some of those red flowers. I'll be right back.
What red flowers? I'm a little leery of him walking away from me. Oh, yarrow right there. All right. Pull them right further, release them, cast. Yeah, that makes sense.
See that cast, Jack?
Just want to make sure he's still there. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to hold the right mouse button like I'm doing right now, or if I don't have to hold the right mouse button.
Tugging at your rod.
No, I don't, because I just let it go.
Think I
And
got one.
I see.
All right.
I see.
when the fish
Seems
pulls
like
to
he's
the
taking a rest now.
left, you pull back to the
I'm
right.
gonna
Fish
try
pulls to the
reeling
right, you
them
pull
in
back to the
nice
left.
and steady.
And I have to hit R again to increase speed. It's not persistent. That is tiny fish.
Oh, this one's a redfin pickerel.
That's a pound and 4 ounces? No way. Oh, I just realized I'm getting honor for throwing them back.
Fishing sure is Uncle Arthur.
I know. Boring as hell. But then, something happens. And you can get food for days,
Really?
Yeah.
if you're lucky. But until then, you just sit, wait, try not to worry. It's good for you.
I'm going to throw this direction
Good
so I
for
can...
you?
Well, I thought I'd be able to
Yes.
see him.
Huh.
I guess I don't have to stand holding the... But I can see better when I hold the right mouse button. I can see the rod better, because I don't want to go into first person.
You gotta stick at things,
See,
Jack.
it's hard to see the
I
rod
know.
from back there. I've given up on seeing the cork,
What are you making there?
You'll see. It's
the
a
float, or the
surprise.
bobber. I guess where you are depends on what you call it. We always used cork, though.
There, got it.
I mean, physically, it was a cork. You know, cork material. No, I mean, there are times where we use these plastic ones that this appears to be,
Just wanna catch
but they were
one
usually
more.
round
Then we'll
and not
call it a day.
long like that. Let's throw him back. I knew I was facing the wrong direction. Doggone it.
Hey, look at this.
I knew he would
What?
throw him on the
This
shore.
necklace I made
Necklace?
for Mama.
Sure.
What a fine young man. And in such
That guy's a
complex
cop. He's got a badge.
circumstances. Arthur, isn't it? Arthur Morgan?
Uh-oh, what's
Who
going to
is?
happen?
Yes, Arthur Morgan, Vanderlin's most trusted associate. You've read the files. Typical case. Orphaned street kid seduced by that maniac's silver tongue and matures into a degenerate murderer.
His badge says
Agent
Detective
Milton?
Agency.
Agent Ross.
Oh, Pinkerton.
Pinkerton Detective Agency, seconded to the United States government. Nice to finally meet. We know a lot about you.
Do you?
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan. There's $5,000 for your head alone.
$5,000? For me? Can I turn myself in?
We want Vanderlyn.
Old Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so. Because I heard a guy fitting his description robbed a train belonging to Leviticus Cornwall up near Granite Pass.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently
Robbing
not.
trains?
Listen. This is my offer, Mr. Morgan. Bring in Vanderlyn, and you have my word you won't swing.
Oh, I ain't gonna swing anyways, Agent,
Milton.
You see, I haven't done anything wrong, aside from not play the games to your rules.
Spare me the philosophy lesson. I've already heard it from Mac Callender.
Matt Callender.
He was pretty shot up by the time I got to him. So really, it was more of a mercy killing.
He killed him.
But merciful.
You enjoy being a rich man's toy, do you?
I enjoy society, flaws and all. You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savagely, all of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others. Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your fishing, kid, while you still can.
Who are they?
No one to worry about, no one at all. Come on, let's pick up your things and get home.
This is interesting because the Pinkertons are a real agency. They were founded around 1850, if
It's
memory
getting
serves.
late, Jack. Your mother would be worried. Let's head back.
Oh, I still got that treasure hunt, don't I? But I don't know much more about them than that. And I don't know what, I mean, it's right around 1850, but I don't know if it's, 51, 52, 53, whatever, something like that.
Why did you lie about where Uncle Dutch is?
Because those are disagreeable men. And I don't want them to hurt him.
What did they mean about Mac? Is he in jail?
No, I don't
No.
think so. I hope he's just fine where he is. Like I said, don't worry about them. World is full of disagreeable men.
That's true.
That's why you got all of us.
And women.
Protect you from folk like them. Now, how about that necklace you made? You still got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. So did you like fishing?
It was okay, I think. It's a lot of waiting around.
It is.
Speaking of women, that made me remember something else about the Pinkertons. If I'm not mistaken, and my memory is not always the best, but I think they hired the first female detective ever. Maybe at least in the United States. And I think that was also in the 1850s. At least that's a recollection I have. I don't recall it. I wasn't there in 1850, but that seems to spark a memory when I said there's some. I don't have to respond to him because it keeps locking on Jack. All right? You don't have to respond to the guard. But I think they were, at the time, it was not. I don't think it went over very well, them hiring a female detective. That might just be something.
There you
I don't remember
are.
the details.
How you boys getting on?
You can look it up.
Great. We caught a fish, and I made you this necklace.
Ain't that pretty? Ain't I the luckiest? Did you thank Uncle Arthur?
No need. We had a good time.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just met some folk. I better go speak with Dutch.
Okay.
Hey, you did real fine, kid.
Thanks.
We got a problem.
What?
I just met some guys out near the river. A fella named, Milton, and, I don't remember the other fella's name. Ross. Milton and Ross. And they are employees of the Pinkerton Detective Agency. And they know about the train, and they know we're here.
Were you followed back here?
No, they know we're near here. And they want you, Dutch. They offered me my freedom in exchange, they did.
Why didn't you take it?
Very funny. Well, what do we do now?
I say we do nothing. Just yet. It's just trying to scare us into doing something stupid. We have turned a corner. We survived them mountains. We just need to stay calm.
Two things I want to point out about that. When he was trying to remember, when Arthur was telling the story, he said Milton and another guy, and Dutch said Ross and put his hands out like Ross, like, you know, you should know Ross. How does Dutch know Ross? How does Dutch know the two agents that Arthur just ran across and Arthur had never met him before? That's interesting to me. And the second thing I wanted to point out is that cutscene still had that glitch on my screen, a little graphical glitch just to the left of Arthur's head, to the left of the screen, his right. And I don't know if it's going to show up on the video, but since I couldn't save the game, I couldn't exit the game to see if I could verify the integrity of the files.
Food soon, Arthur. Food or money, or these bastards will eat up.
I know, Dutch. I'm trying.
We've got food.
I know.
That's another thing that that's just a game following a preset, because we've got plenty of food. We're topped off on food, the camp is. And he says we need food or they're going to start eating us. And that's a little, I don't want to, Lenny with an L. It's probably playing some game. I don't know what L, L stands for Lenny. I was trying to think of a game. Oh, Domino's, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, 5-finger fillet. What is that? Is he carving or sharpening a knife? No, neither, because it's invisible. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my game. Wait, can I save it now? Yeah, I can. But I don't want to right now because I'm already in this session. All right, well, let's see what else. I guess I'm going to try this, even though this is invisible. Play 5-finger fillet. I think it's...
Lenny?
Hey,
I think it's probably with a knife.
Sharp enough, ain't it?
Depends.
And
Why? You feel lucky?
you try to jab it between your fingers.
Oh, before me, at least
there's the
6
knife.
generations were born in chains. And for the last 3 years, I've been running from every lawman and bounty hunter west of the Lanahassee River. So yeah, I feel lucky. I'm the living embodiment of luck.
That is one way of seeing things.
But I'm also skilled. And in this game, you got to have luck and skill.
And stupidity.
The Outlaw's Trinity. Luck, skill, and just a dose of stupidity. Come on. You ain't too old and too slow just yet.
After you.
As you wish. You know, we should head back up that mountain sometime and make Jenny a proper grave. Something nice.
You liked her, didn't you?
Is that possible? Can I go back up the mountain and find her body and
Sure.
bury her?
I mean, yeah, I liked her.
I know, kid. And I'm sorry about it. Anyway.
What are you waiting for?
Remember, Jose said it would never work out. Let's practice so that I know what I'm... You have 3 practice attempts. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Start with W. And then A, W. Oh, wait a minute. W, A, W, A, W, A, W, A, W, A, W, A, W, A. All right, so you just hit the key that pops up in between the fingers. And in this case, it's all W, A, W, A, W, A. And it never changes. Well, that's probably because this is practice. Can I end it? Yeah, let me end it. I think I got it now. You set a new record of 7 laps and a new record for the longest play time of a new fastest lap. How do I... Is this still... Change sequence. Is this still practice? I don't want to do practice anymore. All right, 10 cents.
Now, let's play.
I'm a big spender. Zoom. Oh, WS. All right, W's and S's. Will it be the same for me, though? W, S. Yep. Oops. W, S, W, S, W, S. Oh. That was easy enough. W and D's. We used to do this when I was a kid, but I don't remember what we called it. But it wasn't five-finger fillet. And yes, it was stupid. I know that. All right. Am I going to be WD? 40? Oh, a flourish. Lenny does not look happy. Look at him. I'm going to go one more time.
Nice and easy.
I don't want to make him mad. He did not look happy. Oh, this is D's and S's.
You're up.
Here
Okay.
goes.
Yeah, my coordination is not the greatest. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Oh, if I won that, that's it. Lenny won that. Oh, now he's got a flourish. All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't look. I forgot to look at him. W-A, 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 W-D. Ah! I should have looked. Did I win that? Yep. All right, I'm going to, this is it. This is enough for me.
That was real fun.
So Lenny wins the 40. Oh, okay. So if you don't stay the whole time, the other guy wins the whole pot. All right, now wait a minute. There is no... Oh, wait. Oh, is that strawberry? Is that Mike? Yeah, berry. That's Micah. All right, so this is where strawberry... I didn't want to close the map. That's where strawberry is. And that's going to be the mission with John, isn't it? Yeah, let's go do that. Because I was waiting for it to show up. Actually, I take that back. I want to try something. I noticed when I went into the... When I've gone into the water before, that it cleans the horse. And I think I've done it for myself. I think it'll clean me. I definitely need a bath. And Valentine is in the opposite direction than John is. So let me run down here, dunk myself in the river. See if it'll clean Arthur up a bit. You gotta be part of this river that's a little deeper than... Does it show depth? I'm thinking these are shallow or maybe deeper. Wait a minute, what was that? It's a fish with a crown. What does that mean? King fish? That's not even where we were. That's not where we took Jack. It was down here somewhere. I don't know what that means. King fish. Let's see how deep this is. Actually, let me just get off the horse. All right, so in the mini-map, I can see that I'm in the area. Oh, look at the blood coming off of me. Why do I still have blood on me? Or at least it looked red. Okay, so there's a little shaded area I'm in that's Doesn't appear to be any deeper or shallower than the rest of it, though. Let me get a little further down here. This is a little wider. Maybe it's a little deeper. Oh, yeah, see that? That looks like blood. And definitely is deeper here. I didn't know I had some. Jose told me I had blood all over me, but I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, he's swimming now. Let's see if I can get all that blood off. Probably going to ruin my weapons. I'll have to clean them. But Arthur needs a bath. Where was that deep water I was just in? Right here. It's still a lot of blood coming off Arthur. I must have been caked in it and didn't realize it because that vest I'm wearing is red, I think. Look at all of it. How is it not? There you go. Clean his face. That still doesn't look much better. It looks a little better, but not like he's actually had a bath. At least the blood's not coming off of him anymore. Can you squat? No. All right, well, I guess that's going to be good enough for now in lieu of going to actually going to a hotel and taking a bath. Oh, his stamina. I wasn't paying attention to that. How bad did it? Oh, yeah, they got to be cleaned. Down to 50%. Now I need to get more gun oil. I'm down 2. I think 5 is the limit, which means I've only got 3. Put a gun back. All right, horse. Come on, Brownie.
Girl.
We'll give you a bite to eat also.
Good girl.
Now, let's go find John.
Yeah.
And you know what? Arthur has not slept in quite some time, so I'm going to sleep. I'll go to camp and sleep. And then go meet John in the morning. I honestly don't know if it makes a difference, but I seem to recall earlier at some point Arthur was doing something and he was swaying.
Hey! Who's there?
It's me.
And I think it's because he was tired, but I have no way of confirming that. So we're going to put him to sleep and let him sleep. Of course, I'm going to listen to any chatter in the camp if there is any. Oh, yeah, and look at that. There's a new icon. Looks like an outhouse, though. Home robbery. And that's a white quest, so I might actually do that in the morning. What I was just going to say before I saw the new icon, though, is see if I can feed Arthur and get him to gain weight also.
Listen, I know I ain't well, but don't pity me. Envy me.
Oh, I didn't even see Uncle laying there.
I've done all a man could want. My grandfather farm turnips in some bog in Lincolnshire. In Lincolnshire, which I'm told is in England, famous for turnips. I've never had to eat a turnip in my life. I'm
Can't
I'm
say
a
that
product of this country.
I eat turnips. Don't like them.
False, true, bad, a little good, tough, old. Don't you worry about me. I'm okay. Ran in a gang for years, never earned a legal dollar. Saw unspeakable evil and remarkable kindness, usually from the same folks.
Yep.
Raised and lost a family.
Sure, and singing's fine, but I'm done with that. And if you want me to leave, then that's fine too.
Well, I suppose I can discuss the matter with Dutch.
Do whatever you goddamn please.
Unlucky at all. Guess I'm real lucky.
Station. She thinks we don't know her station.
That horrendous
This,
old hag. How
this
dare
is what
she?
you're offered.
I can't greet anybody, so I might as well leave. I think that exchange we just saw right there, Abigail says, I'm done with that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I think she was asking her to go prostitute. But see, now that she's in love with John, she doesn't want to do that. So apparently these prostitutes want to stop or don't want to do it anymore. Is that Sadie? She's, oh, can I eat?
Evening, Arthur.
Hi, Molly.
I think I'll eat this stew. If I can eat the stew before I go to bed, maybe that'll help.
Greetings, ladies. Hey.
Maybe I just can't get it from this side. There we go. Falls on the ground. Let's see if Abigail will say anything to me. Mary Beth said, well, I'm going to turn in.
Evening.
Yeah?
Oh, she's ticked.
How are you?
Okay.
Mr. Morgan.
I don't want to talk to
Mr.
you.
Morgan,
Yes, Reverend.
do you think the Pinkertons are finally gonna kill us?
Perhaps.
Now, how does he know that the Pinkertons are here? This just baffles me that Dutch knows the name of Ross's name, a Pinkerton agent, and the guy who's the drug addict and the 100% alcoholic knows that the Pinkertons are here. What is going on? How does he know that? Is she coming for me?
How's
No.
things?
Hey there.
Evening, Arthur.
Hang in.
Karen.
Evening, Arthur.
All right, I guess there's nothing else going on. I don't hear any singing or... Come to think of it, where is Javier?
So you saw Pinkertons, did you?
I guess
Saw,
everybody knows.
Met, and got the full message.
What did you think?
I think we're in real trouble, but the only way out is forward.
I know. That Blackwater business seems to have finished us.
How are you?
There he is. All right, I'm going to eat again because I'm trying to gain weight. Arthur is. I'm not. Let's have some pork. Okay, that was a muted crunch. Has some venison. No sound. And one more venison. And one more, just in case. All right, so that was 3 without any sound after the muted crunch. And let's see what happens. You better gain weight, buddy. Because that was That was definitely more food than you needed. Fingers crossed. All right, he gained weight. New journal entry. Is that J for journal? Yes. Hardy the Spring had been hoping for... Okay, this is... Jose and I have been planning a robbery. I think... Did I read this? Probably concerned as what happens next. Once we leave this place, or the law finds us cowering up here. Found a girl. Well, a woman, I should say. That would be Sadie. Her husband had been murdered by some of Colm O'Driscoll's boys. I'm not sure if I've read this or not.
Hello, Molly.
Leviticus Cornwall. Seems Colm O'Driscoll had the same ideas as us. He's been hiding up here, scouting out a train he wanted to rob. We bumped into some of his boys at some farm, said they was robbing, found that poor woman whose husband they had murdered, and she's now riding with us as she ain't got no place better to be. Then, Dutch being Dutch, his hatred for Colm being just as powerful as ever it was, a whole bunch of us went to pay him a visit in the camp, but he escaped. We grabbed one of his boys. Poor bastard ain't spoken yet, but he will once we freeze him a little, then set Bill on him. Been a bad few weeks, but we're mostly still alive. Dutch being Dutch is busy making plans and figuring out just how we're going to survive. And Dutch being Dutch, his plans involve robbery and dreams. Horseshoe Outlook. I can't remember if I've read this before. Finally, a thaw in this god-awful weather. We got off the mountain and rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Hosea seems to know the country a little. Ain't been much of a spring. Now holed up at a place called Horseshoe Overlook outside of some dumpy little cattle town named Valentine. I think it's a sheep town, not a cattle town. They may have changed that when they were making the game. It maybe originally was a cattle town. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see him thinking a little clearer. I think we all feel a little happier in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess. Headed into Valentine with Uncle and the girls. Girls went scouting out work while Uncle and I had a few drinks, and he explained more of his theories on existence and barefaced lies about his past. Things took a strange turn. Some fellas seen erect. I think I may have read this. Spared him. That was Tom. Man, I forgot his name. Oh, Jimmy Brooks. Messmo drunk man claimed he was a shooter. Yeah, that would be Calloway, right? I think I may have already read this, so I'm just skipping. Took a day off and went hunting with Hosea. Strength back a bunch. I thought when he was stuck up in the mountains at the cold. I think I've already read this. I love Dutch like a father, but in many ways I love Hosea even more. He's kind and fair and like a human being. Dutch is something else. This bear was also something else. Size of a gosh darn hotel. It was and mean. Well, when you open your journal, does it take you? Who was that? Oh yeah, bought a map off him. Wonder if that was a guy that was upset. I'd heard of the gang and not of him. Jack Hall gang, I think it was. Colm O'Driscoll slipped through our fingers once more, and I saw my own life slip through mine. That gentle buffoon we kidnapped up in the mountains took us to a cabin. We were planning to kill Colm, but he had just gone elsewhere. We shot a bunch of his boys, and one was about to end my life when Kieran shot him. This feud, it's bled out from Dutch and Colm's mutual hatred into a loathing that permeates all of us and all of them. Still, I found quite a shotgun in the cabin. Her Strauss is back lending money, I'm back collecting it. The work mostly revolts me and shames me. Yeah, I didn't like at all. Somehow robbing people honestly with a gun and fist is thus repellent than robbing them fully in accordance with the law. It'll be the usual sort of desperados, sick farmers, pregnant maids, the lovesick young men, and other dupes desperate enough and stupid enough to take Strauss's terms. A usurer's life may be a comfortable one, but it is foul work. Yeah, again, I personally did not like beating up that farmer or that Polish guy. It just didn't feel good at all. Met a strange guy. I thought he was a prophet. Blind. I went to call in a law on some farmer, local do-gooder. Think I'd seen him in Valentine before when I was fighting that big fella. Oh, yeah. I just realized he was the guy that stepped in and said, that's enough. You've won. You've won. I didn't realize that was the same guy. He begged and coughed and spluttered, and I beat him half to death. Such is life. He's dead now, though. His wife said he's dead. Such is life, such is the world. His boy looked at me like I was the devil, and perhaps for him, I was. The whole thing confused me. Maybe that's wrong. The whole thing revolted me, my part. These sad, desperate people, their silly expectations of life and their tawdry reality, the unkindness of existence, I can handle that just fine, but I do not love it, nor those who try to make things otherwise, I guess. See, there's a turkey. I haven't seen a turkey in a long time, though. This fella I took to talking with at the train station told me I could get decent money if I collected complete sets of cigarette cards and sent them to him. We shall see. I didn't mean to close that. It opens up to the last place. Okay. Got into some god-awful fighting in the town saloon. Bill started it. He's wound so tight about something, I reckon he'll start hitting himself soon enough. I was stopped from beating some big yokel to death by a local do-gooder. That's the guy. What is Bill wound up? Is there some kind of a subplot with Bill? I could not tell if this made me pleased or real angry. The local crowd seemed to want to see blood, however. Afterwards, Dutch accosted me with old Josiah Trelawney back in quite as slippery and confusing as ever. I'm wondering what the subplot is with Bill. Says he's wound so tight about something, I reckon he'll start hitting himself soon enough. Is it about the dynamite not going off for the first train robbery? Or is it something else? He'll come and go again. We're talking about Trelawney here, I guess. No doubt, and leave none of us the wiser as to who or what he is. Trelawney told us that Sean had not been killed in Blackwater, was a prisoner there held by scalp hunters awaiting payment. Charles Smith, Xavier, and I met in Blackwater and rescued that loudmouth maniac. Before we'd even cut him free from the tree, he was mouthing off at us. Xavier said Blackwater is an impossible situation. I guess I'd better forget about all that money. All them years wasted earning that stuff. Guess I'll never quite know what happened, but the upshot is we're on the run and known to more folks in authority than we would like. That's an upshot? But the upshot is, I don't know why that's an upshot. Met a nice fella taking photos, Albert Mason, I think he was called, kind and interesting, entirely lost unused to a real country, even though he seemed to love it. Trying to take pictures of all our biggest predators before they all got killed off themselves by the modern world. Should have got him to take a picture of Dutch. But he did. I remember he took a picture of Arthur because he said, stand right here, and then walked back to his calendar. Jeez, Joe. Walked back to his camera. But I don't remember the flash or anything going off. He got robbed by a coyote. I got him his bait back. Blackberries, ginseng. Emmett Granger, I cannot think of a single man I've enjoyed seeing dead more than this guy. Pig shit and hatred, and he still threw a knife at me. I still don't know what happened to that knife or why he missed me. Met a lady scientist, Deb or something or other, seemed to be more mad than sane, but I don't have much frame of reference for scientists. Wanted me to see if I could help her find dinosaur bones and send her the details, maybe. Jose and I went robbing, just like in the old days. Father and son pair of clowns at some farmhouse. Stole a wagon, sold it to some rat Jose had met at some odd place called Emerald Ranch. What goes on there I cannot tell, but this little purchaser of stolen goods had us go rob his own family. Even by my standards, that was low. But the father and son we robbed is proof that even God makes mistakes sometimes. Hosea performed brilliantly as some kind of huckster selling restorative care to crooks' backs. Whole thing was utterly ridiculous and brilliant. Okay. Saw Mary again. I feel like the luckiest man alive, and I feel like a fool. That woman refused me and plays me a fiddle. Yeah, I remember reading this, because I remember saying even Arthur knows she's playing him. Manipulating him. I do remember that part. Okay. This is new. Went off drinking with a young Lenny, thanks to my own peculiar genius for trouble when drunk. The evening did not go quite according to plan, but somehow neither of us got killed or arrested for murder, despite my best efforts in that regard. Somehow I don't imagine that the saloon owner and Valentine likes me very much after the mayhem I have caused there. I guess you would be right. Is that the name of it? Smithfield Salute? Yeah. Took young Jack out fishing as a favor to Abigail many years ago before she fell so hard for that fool Marston. Perhaps I should have married her. Many years ago before she fell so hard for that fool Marston, perhaps I should have married her. I think part of me has always thought that, yet gosh darn you, Mary. So Arthur's in love with Abigail? Jack is a good boy, a dreamer, a boy with a mama who loves him. I wonder if he will find what we seek, peace and truth, away from all this nonsense and lies. If that is what we still seek, not that it's new development, not sure I know anymore. Many years ago, before she fell so hard for that fool Marston, perhaps I should have married her. I think part of me has always thought that. Sometimes I'm not sure Dutch does. As we finished, a couple of Pinkerton agents appeared. Milton was one of them. I forgot the other fellow's name. They knew all about me. See, Arthur admits here he forgot the fellow's name, and Ross and Dutch had to give him the name. I still don't know how Dutch knew that name. There's a new turn of events. Apparently there's 5,000 on my head alone. After Blackwater, or maybe before, it seems we may be in real trouble. I just don't know. Dutch don't seem too worried, but I'm beginning to have some doubts as to this wisdom in his indifference. That's it, nothing else. All right, so this is interesting because we know that Arthur is mad.
How you feeling?
Okay, a little better.
Good.
How are you?
Fine. Hey, do you think...
Morning, Arthur.
Do you...
What's wrong with you, Mr. Morgan?
Shut
What
up.
do you mean?
You're stuck in camp all the time. You used to be such a man of action.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm sorry.
Ignore
Trying to
that.
listen.
I won't pretend ignorance. I know just what you mean. But I don't know. Things seem bad. World is changing, and I'm not making much sense, am I?
No. But somehow, you've summarized how I feel. It seems awful. And then, it seems the same as always. And then, it seems like there's just no other way. And I just...
Listen. We got out of worse situations than this. Done plenty of bad things that we've all forgotten about. Don't take Dutch's patter about redemption too seriously. We're doomed. Just like every other creature on this rock. But unlike them, we'll go down fighting.
Is that what you believe?
I don't know, son. I don't know what I believe. Apart from wishing I wasn't gonna find out sooner than I'd like.
It's like Lenny's having some thoughts about the way that things are going also. And obviously Hosea is. Hosea, I think both Arthur and Hosea don't exactly agree with the direction Dutch is taking. But what I was going to say before I wanted to listen to them was, we know that Arthur and John have some animosity between them. And I thought that after that ride with Hosea going to kill the bear, that it was because John had left for a year. But now I think it's also knowing that, according to what I just read, that Arthur likes Abigail. So maybe he's also mad at John for abandoning her and Jack for reasons other than what's been obvious up to this point. So I think there's some jealousy in there also with him, as well as kind of what I was talking about with Grimshaw earlier. Arthur might see he's so hard on John because he sees...
Go through a lot of food in this camp, huh?
Yes, we do.
There, Bill.
I'd help you, but that's woman's work.
Pathetic excuse for a man you are.
I expect you'll betray me in the end, Arthur. You're the type.
That's so.
You tell me.
This is easy. Easy. Tough as a dead cow.
Huh? I'm sorry.
See, Arthur wants...
Starving. And then the boat comes
I think Arthur wants the life that John can have, but Arthur knows he can't have it. See, John has got a woman that loves him and a child, and I think maybe Arthur would like to have that, but he knows he's never going to. And I think that's another reason he's mad at John, or has a little animosity towards him, not just for the way he's treated the group by leaving them, but specifically for leaving Abigail. Wait a minute. Jack's got the same colored hair as Arthur, not Marston. Now that's all I'm going to be able to think about. Do we know for a fact? John keeps saying it's not his kid. Do we know is there anything in the game that gives you definitively that he is the father? I don't know how you would tell back then, because obviously...
How does it feel losing to a young whippersnapper like me?
I just quit. You won by default. See, Abigail was a prostitute, so do we know for a fact that John is the father?
Good morning. Appalling.
That's something else to think about now. Because look at Jack's hair. Exactly like Arthur's. Look at that. Marston has black hair. And Arthur said explicitly in his writings, I should have married her. Not that I should have never told her that I loved her. Or I should have never said that I have feelings for her. He said I should have married her, which implies they did have some sort of relationship. Look at that.
Uncle Arthur.
I'm trying to look at their faces. I can't really tell anything. Arthur's got a beard. I wonder if is that Arthur's kid? I might just be reading too much into it.
We're stuck in the shit now, Mr. Morgan. In the shit.
He stopped me from doing this. Can I punch him?
Cloth, you have quite a way with words.
Words are the very least of my problems. The very least.
I'm sure.
I've come to the conclusion that his interactions are only designed to annoy you.
Anytime you want to play again, Arthur, you let me know.
And they keep you from doing actions. Doggone it. Now all I'm thinking is that Jack is Arthur's son. I wonder if it ever alludes. Maybe that's why...
Yes, Herr Morgan, putting your back into it.
Yes, I am. You remember earlier I said everybody in the camp tells me to stay away from Mary except Abigail. Abigail says I should go.
Uncle Arthur.
Thank you. Maybe Abigail realizes what a chance, an opportunity was missed, and decides she wants me to be happy, so I should go with another woman. And that would further indicate that at one time her and Arthur had feelings for each other. Well, obviously Arthur still does, because that was new writing. But now she obviously is in love with Marston. That's a lot of stuff to think about that is just supposition on my part. But it's based on evidence.
Oh, there you are.
Sure.
It was here. He had it all the time. Mr. Miller. He'll never let you down.
Who's Mr. Miller?
It's so simple. Even you'd get it, Arthur.
Thank you.
What matters? What's always mattered?
Surviving.
The result, not the means, which I guess is sort of the same thing. We'll survive. We'll keep moving forward. Maybe we'll leave the West far behind.
And do what?
Give it time. Look at the birds. Look at the beasts. Copy what the best ones do.
again, that was interesting to me because the way the conversation took place is more of a dialogue. But Dutch said this is so simple to understand, even you, Arthur, could understand it, implying that Arthur is stupid and not very intelligent. I'm starting to like Dutch less and less from that first rousing speech he gave at the cabin to the way the things he's been saying since then. I don't think I like him anymore.
Hello.
Hi. Just the fact that he's in, I mean, it may be true. I don't think so because Arthur draws. He writes his thoughts down. I don't think he's stupid, even though he apparently thinks himself is. But is that from the last 20 years of Dutch always putting him down like that?
Morning, Mr. Morgan.
Is it the 20 years of Dutch telling him he's stupid and not very intelligent that's got Arthur thinking he's not intelligent? So many things to think about that have nothing to do with the game, I imagine, but they're in there for a reason. I haven't said hello to Kieran in a long time.
O'Driscoll.
Morning, mister.
Not even a
Heard
thing.
from any O'Driscolls?
No, of course not. I've been here with you lot.
Yeah, but he did come to Arthur earlier. Whoa.
Mommy said you have bad friends.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Don't worry about it, Reverend.
I made a fool of myself.
Jesus
again.
Christ, you can't get away from this guy.
We've all done that, Reverend.
I'm bitterly ashamed. Really, I am.
Jack told Kieran, said, Mommy said you have bad breath. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. But Reverend was yakking in my ear. But I think that's what he said. Mama said you have bad breath. Jack.
Arthur.
All right, well, that's all the chores. And I'm out of time. Let's see if Hosea's got anything to say before I end this session.
Morning.
You joining me here?
No, I was actually noticed that Xavier's mission is gone. So I hope I didn't miss that. It was a white mission, and as I said in a previous video, I'm not exactly sure what it means, but it may be a timed mission, and it may just be house robbery, maybe a nighttime mission. So maybe they'll come back when it's dark.
Good morning.
Always good to see you.
Years or more. Hush yourself. Ye of little faith.
Oh, I wish I could have caught that conversation. Karen was consoling Mary Beth about something. Oh, what's Bill got?
I don't like your attitude.
Well, okay then.
Oh, what?
Damn right it's okay.
Get lost, Bill.
Half shit.
I want to antagonize him, but I only have the option to greet.
What the hell was that?
The kid's got no respect.
It's you's lacking respect, as far as I can see.
Where did
Oh,
Lenny
hey.
go? There he is. What does he have to say about that?
Maybe today will be better.
You okay, Lenny?
I'm fine.
Just ignore that son of a bitch. Well, I should get back to it.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's everybody for the camp, except Sadie. See what she's got to say, if she's going to be down or bummed.
How are you holding up?
Not very well.
Yep, she's still
I'm
bummed.
sorry. It'll get better eventually. So we're working on a plan for that train you told me about.
Oh,
Oh, I was wondering about that. It sounded worth a look.
Living the dream.
For sure. You did good. Okay, I'll catch you later then.
All right.
well, I guess unless this mission comes back with Javier to house robbery, I'm going to go do John's mission. in the start of towards the start of the next episode. I say towards the start because depending on where I am when I log in the next time. But I'll see you at that time. Ciao.